KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, serving Guam for 80 years. Also brought to you by Matson and the Adahi Etano program. Cars Plus, reminding you to put your phone down while driving. Distractions won't get you there. Heads up, Guam. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And steaks, ribs, seafood, and our famous Fresh Garden Bar. Ruby Tuesday. Good times you can taste.
Right now on your primetime news, legislation to expedite up to $7.5 million in local war claims payments drew a strong rebuke from Guam's congressional delegate. Plus, changes to the qualifications needed to serve as police chief buried in the budget bill. Chris Barnett goes inside the numbers. And the Office of the Attorney General taking action against Purdue Pharma for deceiving your government.
Holiday and good evening. A bill to expedite up to $7.5 million in local war claims payments to survivors drew strong rebuke from Congressman Michael St. Nicholas today. The delegate warned the legislature and the governor that the measure could undermine his push for a technical correction to a federal law that will free up millions more in reparations funding. Late today, senators decided to pull back the bill to give St. Nicholas more time. Nestor Lecanto explains.
It was a rather unusual setting. Former Senator, now Delegate Michael St. Nicholas calling into the legislative session from Washington to debate the bill. The measure, by Speaker Tina Barnes and backed by the governor, would fast-track certain war claims payments locally while the congressman works on federal legislation to authorize the Treasury Department to eventually release enough money to pay all claimants. While the St. Nicholas bill has cleared the House, it still awaits approval by the Senate. And St. Nicholas fears that using local funds might derail the effort. It could prompt Congress to consider it as a local obligation, he says, or perhaps national politics could figure in.
It's a particularly sensitive issue in the Senate because we have certain senators who are running for president who have made slavery reparations a platform of theirs. If the presidential politics that is jostling around on the Senate side becomes too pronounced, the question could become, if you support Guam war reparations, why don't you support slavery reparations?
It's unclear, though, just how strong Senate opposition would be to a technical amendment to a law that's been on the books for more than 2 years. Meanwhile, several senators, such as Tello Taitigui, say they support the local solution.
It's clear that the administration is working with Treasury and with the Department of Interior to make this happen. And one of the statements that was made in here, Mr. Congressman, is that it may take months to years before Congress, the Senate passes HR 1335. Why would you be against being able to pay these claimants who've been waiting for so long to be whole and having every day one of them pass away?
Emails and letters provided to KUAM confirm the local payments do have Trump administration support, which could mean quicker local payments. Governor's Chief of Staff, Tony Babauta.
The Department of the Interior, Department of Treasury that have expressed support for Mr. St. Nicholas's bill is also very well aware of the effort of Governor Leon Guerrero in working with members of this Guam legislature to pass a local solution to, in lieu of the Department of Treasury not being able today to issue awards for adjudicated, to claimants for adjudicated claims.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
The proposed fiscal year 2020 budget has more than just numbers and appropriations. If you look closely, you may be surprised to see Adelup is bearing changes to the qualifications needed to serve as police chief deep in the budget bill. As Chris Barnett reports, the vice chair of the Committee on Public Safety wants to know why.
I don't know why they would want to change the qualifications.
Vice Speaker and Vice Chair on Public Safety, Senator Talina Nelson, may not know why, but what the senator does know?
I believe it is a disservice to our community if we downgrade the standards.
Currently, among the qualifications to be the chief of the Guam Police Department, you must have 15 years of progressive experience in a government law enforcement position, and you must have a bachelor's degree in police science, criminal justice administration, public administration, law, or a closely related field. However, tucked into the executive branch's proposed fiscal year 2020 budget, you don't have to have both qualifications in order to be the top gun at GPD. You only have to have one or the other.
We're removing experience. We're removing specific qualifications that any leader should hold, especially if you're the top of an organization, especially on top of public safety. You want to ensure that you have the best, and knowledgeable and the most experience to lead that agency forward. So if this is a question within our budget law that we are trying to strike, this is something that I am absolutely in opposition of.
So why is this included in the budget? Well, according to Governor's spokeswoman, Janela Carrera, currently the criteria excludes some of the rank and file in GPD who might otherwise have vast knowledge, experience, and qualifications from being eligible for those positions. Carrera adding that many of the veteran officers don't have bachelor's degrees and the change would make them also eligible to be chief. KUAM asked, who's pulling the trigger on this proposal, the governor or the lieutenant governor? Carrera saying, quote, I don't know that it works that way necessarily. I'm sure there were discussions, but not a direction specifically from one or the other. Either way, the vice speaker plans to shoot it down. But what about other senators? Are they in or are they out?
I will most definitely share with my colleagues, and whether they agree or not, I cannot control that, right? I can only control what I do.
Aside from the chief of police requirements, the budget bill also authorizes the hiring of an unclassified deputy chief of police and an unclassified deputy chief for Guam Customs and Quarantine, essentially putting more political hires into public safety.
If we're just creating a deputy positions to meet a political favor, then that's not the right thing that we should be doing.
For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
KUAM did reach out to the committee chair on public safety, Senator Pito Terlahi's office, for comment. However, he did not respond to our inquiries as of news time. It looks like senators may need to work overtime to meet the August 31st deadline to pass a budget. They've been in session for a week now and have discussed several bills, but not the fiscal year 2020 spending plan. There's mounting concern among Republicans that there won't be enough time to fully scrutinize the nearly $1 billion budget. In a statement, Minority Leader Senator Will Castro said, quote, giving every page of the budget proposal the attention it warrants is going to be a challenge. Republicans say their priority is a budget that controls government costs, pays down the deficit, and grows the economy. Meanwhile, in a separate statement, Appropriations Chairman Senator Joe Augustine said, quote, if it takes being in session until 10 p.m. every day right up until the deadline, we'll get it done because that's what our people elected us to do. Session resumes tomorrow afternoon. One of the defendants in the Keith Castro homicide case, Thomas Titano, will have to wait a while longer for his arraignment as another attorney files a motion for withdrawal. On Wednesday, the motion was filed under seal by Assistant Alternate Public Defender Shinju Flynn. The court appointed attorney William Pohl to represent Titano, and the next hearing is set for the 28th. As we've reported, Titano was indicted for aggravated assault. He's accused of beating Castro with a baton on July 28th at a residence in Jigo, where Castro was allegedly shot to his death by co-defendant Joshua Palacios, who pleaded not guilty last week. The Office of the Attorney General is suing drug giant Purdue Pharma. KUAM's Adriana Cotero sits down with the office to discuss the litigation.
When you have large companies misrepresenting, and especially pharmaceutical companies misrepresenting their product, that it's a safe product, that it's non-addictive, and they represent that to the consumers, and we find out that's not true, we will take action, and that's exactly what we are doing today.
Taking action against the company Purdue Pharma for deceiving not only the consumer but also the government of Guam. Deputy for Consumer Protection Division Fred Nishihira is joined with the Office of Attorney General to explain the intent for filing this civil action in Superior Court of Guam. Assistant Attorney Generals Janice Camacho and Joseph Perez researched and drafted the complaint and will be taking the case to trial. The lawsuit is under the local statute, the Consumer Protection Act, and under another area of local law, fraudulent practices. They are asking for 3 types of relief: a $5,000 fine to be imposed for each deceptive act, and for punitive damages to penalize Purdue for the deceptive practices.
What Purdue and the defendants have done in the years past is that they designed, financed, and waged a very sophisticated campaign towards prescribers, doctors, and hospitals, to patients, to public, and more important, to island residents, into believing that the opioid drugs that they make are safe and non-addictive.
Perez says it's publicly known just how addictive opioids are, and what the defendants did was go through a mass marketing campaign to say otherwise. Attorney General Levan Taitano Camacho presented statistics gathered from Guam Memorial Hospital.
From 2018 through 2019, almost 200 doses of naloxone, which is a reversal for opioid overdoses, administered at the hospital here. And that doesn't mean there were 200 people. What it means is someone came in because of the effects of an opioid overdose, and they had to administer 1 dose, and they didn't stabilize, so they have to keep administering doses until they are stabilized at that point.
And these statistics are only from one hospital on island. Camacho states that it is possible as they proceed with this case, there will be more findings. And something else he wants to highlight.
We've been asked, and we're aware that ICE is the biggest drug problem that we have facing the island, and we know that, but it doesn't mean it's the only drug problem facing the island. So when you look at the trends from 2006 to 2014, there was a 140% increase in the number of opioids that were dispensed on island. And then from 2015 to more recent times, we've had over 1,000 prescriptions of just Purdue products prescribed locally.
It's clear the drugs are here, says Camacho. And with that, a common question OAG has been asked is why now file the lawsuit when so many states already have?
We've identified this is an area where we can improve upon, which is monitoring what the opioid problem looks like on the island, from the prescription, from the services that the government of Guam is providing to people struggling with opioid addiction, to opioid overdoses and deaths, because we know it's happening. It's just we're not tracking it as well as we possibly could.
Guam has joined at least 45 states in suing Purdue Pharma. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Adriana Cotero.
In other news, attorney Julian Huggins is leaving the Guam Legislature. Huggins served as the Legislative Legal Counsel to the 34th and 35th legislatures. He recently told senators he will be stepping down at the end of this fiscal year, which is September 30th. According to legislative rules, a new legal counsel must be chosen by a majority of the body. Meanwhile, Rules Committee Chair Senator Regine Biscoe-Lee said in a statement, quote, "We thank Attorney Huggins for his profound service to this branch and the people of Guam. We know Julian will make us proud and wish him well in his future undertakings." And with the drug problem we face taking center stage in island news headlines this week, we tapped our social media outlets in a variety of ways for how they think about the severity of the issue. And one of your neighbors coming forward to share his story of struggle and survival. Here's Jason with your thoughts in tonight's Your Take.
Okay, hey everybody, Jason Salas here in the Digital Center. Now, everyone knows that there is a problem with drugs on island. Now, our beloved Magahaga, Governor Julian Guerrero, said it is a catastrophic problem, and that's what we asked you on Instagram. We asked a poll, and the governor right now, the results are saying 87% of you were saying that, yes, you do agree that there is a catastrophic drug problem on Guam. We want to get your feedback on this, so let us know what you think. We also had a wonderful, very, very inspiring, very moving live stream this morning on Facebook with Jess Mindiola. He was very open about his own problems with addiction. He talked with Sergeant Paul Tapal from GPD and Sabrina. Incredible story. We want you to jump on our Facebook live comment thread right now. Share your own thoughts about this. It elicited a bunch of comments, many of them very, very supportive. Leanne Michelle, actually, Jess's fiance, he shared it. Very, very lovely couple. She says, "So proud of you, honey." That's awesome. Helping him get through that very tough time in his life. Also, Chris Cruz jumped in and said anybody could get off the drug meth. All they got to do is think how to make life better for themselves and for family members around them. The kids nowadays need us older people to show them that we can be someone to look up to for respect. And he makes sure to highlight the word respect. Remember, on our island culture, respect is one of the most cherished virtues we can have. Lisa Tadella actually posted something, and she is one of our top fans, and this is why. She posted a picture. Really, really nice quote. She says, "The path to the future goes through the past. We are what we've done and what's been done to us. And of course, that got a nice heart on that comment. Thank you very much for that, Lisa. Esther Ann says, I'm so glad I took the time to watch this. That also got some hearts. So again, Jess's story, very inspirational, very inspiring, very motivational. Ashley says, your dad would have been proud of the person you have become. Both Sergeant Paul and Jess, they said they're second cousins. They also shared this story about how Jess's father had a very untimely passing, but he's saying your dad would have been proud for you for the work he's now doing in the community to help other people get over addictions. Elise said, what everybody else is saying, I'm just so proud of you, Uncle Jesse Mendiola, and she tagged him in that too. And Jess is actually reading a lot of these comments. He's responded to a lot of them and says he wants to use his own journey to help people out there struggling with addiction. So he even said, if you have a problem, hit him up on Facebook Messenger. You can find him, add him on Facebook. He would be more than willing, more than happy to reach out to you and have a dialogue, help you out. And lastly, great comments right here. Brian Bautista says, keep strong, my brother. And Brandy Hall says simply, great interview, Jesse. It was absolutely inspiring once again, and just one of the many streams we have here on Starting Lineup, and we invite you to jump on any of our social media channels. Remember, the poll we have is on our Instagram story. We want to know if you feel as if Guam's drug problem is at the catastrophic level, so make sure you check us out on social media. Let us know how you feel about drugs on our island. Back to you guys in the newsroom.
Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Jason. Stay tuned. More news after the break.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Half the day, I'm in the club.
Half a day, welcome to Two Lovers Point.
Half a day, I'm in the club.
Okay, so what are we thinking today?
Oh, I just need a trim.
Okay, well, luckily you are in great hands.
Perfect. The $1 stylist deal.
Is that it?
That's it.
Or you could get a real deal. McDonald's buy one, get one for $1 deal is here. Buy one of your faves and choose another for just an extra buck. Choose from the Big Mac, filet of fish, quarter pounder with cheese, and 10-piece chicken McNuggets, but only for a limited time.
Yo, Jay, you sure you want to be washing your car right now, man?
Not now, Kev. I'm washing Betsy, and she has to be spotless, bro.
Clouds are coming in fast.
It looks fine to me. Look again. It looks fine, Kevin. It looks fine.
You know what makes more sense than Guam's weather? Using your Bank of Guam credit card at any Shell station to save 6% on gas purchases. Call, click, or visit for more details. Make more sense. Bank of Guam, the People's Bank. Member FDIC.
It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
Half a day and welcome back. Guam's military and federal partners continue their disaster response and civil support training this week. Here's Julia Santos with more from the National Guard Readiness Center.
Instructors from Northern Command, or NORTHCOM, are on island conducting the Joint Staff Training Course, or JSTC. The three-day program brings together 35 members from the Guam Air and Army National Guard, the Army Reserve, Air Force Reserve, and Joint Region Marianas to coordinate and integrate military and federal partners during disaster situations. Terrence Buckhalter, Lieutenant Colonel, U.S. Army, is the training team chief.
We use the Joint Staff aspect for disaster response and civil support, because we bring in the capabilities from the Air and the Army to accomplish the goals.
Throughout the training course, the NORTHCOM instructors will utilize exercises based on all hazards, emergency preparedness contingencies, and crisis action planning. The scenarios will be tailored to the Guam Guard by incorporating relevant historical emergency examples like typhoons into the practical exercises. Buckhalter says diligence is critical in being prepared, especially because conditions can change at any moment. He stressed also the importance in the constant refining and improving of their ability to act in times of disaster.
Without constant training, your ability kind of falls off. The more you train, the more ready you are. Things change within any territory, any state, whether it be political, environmental, the people who are on the team, all those things change. We have to maintain and coordinate a relationship between the people who have to do the job, the command structure who will be leading those people, and the civilian emergency responders who are going to be the first ones there to act.
Buckhalter also talked about the sense of responsibility a soldier in the National Guard carries with him or her every day.
That's a big thing when it comes to the Guard. Here we're at home. We're with our family, we're with our friends, we're with our loved ones. We're in our own backyard. And we know that what we do makes a difference to the people we really love and care about.
The Lieutenant Colonel believes the reason most members join the Guard is to play a major part in keeping their homes and communities safe from threats. The JSTC is part of the preparation for the Vigilant Guard 2020 exercise, which is a roving event set to take place on Guam this coming November. VG 2020 is a civil support exercise similar to Guam's Contra y Peligro, but on a much larger scale. For Guam's News Network, I'm Julius Santos.
Thanks, Julius. Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio has met with the Assistant Secretary of the Navy to push for the return of thousands of acres of naval land to the government of Guam. Fresh off the plane after a week-long trip, Tenorio tells us the administration is looking to fast-track the process.
So you'll see that it's about 2,600 acres that we're talking about, and feedback is good. I expect to be working, our administration to work collaboratively with the Assistant Secretary to find some ways to expedite confirmation about this land and move them over to Government of Guam. That's the big...
If the lands are returned, some will go to the Ancestral Lands Commission for return to original landowners, while other parcels will be retained for future use by Gov Guam. As reported by KUAM, the Tangisan Park area is under naval control after a license granting Gov Guam use of the land expired. Tenorio says it is one of the parcels Gov Guam has its eye on, but he adds the local government is still on the hook for cleanup at Tangisan.
The CCU has a responsibility, as I understand it, to make sure that they address some of the environmental issues because of the Tangisan power plant that have been operating there for decades. And the second part is there's been a license agreement that has been granted to the government of Guam that has been expired that we're trying to, I've been in talks with Joint Region Marianas to get that back up so that we can find a good way to get that place cleaned up and to make sure we can push it out for recreational facilities and use.
While Tangisan is currently under the jurisdiction of the Navy, local mayors have footed the bill for cleanups of the area. Adelup has released a list of properties it wants returned, and they include 80 acres for a proposed Marbo school site, 159 acres of land in Dandan in Rahan, 46 acres south of Route 9, and 1 acre near the Jigo Fire Station, among others. A uniform and supply drive for public school students is ongoing, the drive being held for the Island Board of Governing Students. The Students Helping Students drive started on Monday and runs until October. Nicole Glory, Ukadu High School's IBOG rep, says students struggle to get supplies and uniforms, and it hits close to home for her.
Sometimes I don't have enough money to buy the uniforms for all of the school supplies, and it can be really hard because, you know, these are things that we really need for school, and so this drive is really helpful for myself and for all of the other students who go through what I'm going through.
New or used uniforms still in good condition, school supplies, backpacks, shoes, and other related items are being accepted at the Guam Education Board office in Tidzin. Supplies and uniforms being accepted are for all public school grade levels. The Department of Public Health is receiving a $30,000 award from the Health Resources and Services Administration, or HRSA. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, the money will be used to improve the quality, efficiency, and value of the health care they provide. The HRSA Quality Improvement Awards recognize the work health centers do to address health priorities by designating health centers that rank in the top 1 to 2% in one or more key areas in behavioral health, diabetes prevention and management, and heart health as national quality leaders. Stay tuned. Sports is next.
Agent Alpha. What's that? An Alpha Insurance customer needs a claim settled immediately? I'm on it. Agent Alpha.
In the event of an accident, theft, or breakdown, each of our Alpha Insure agents are trained to go above and beyond.
This is my stop. There she is. Target acquired.
Agent Alpha. Yes!
Matson is in this community. We've been in this community for decades. We're gonna be in this community for decades to come. Things will get busy, things will get quiet, but we're gonna be here. We're your hometown carrier. And that matters to us.
Reliability is the core of our business. We take pride in ensuring that we arrive in Guam on time as scheduled.
It's our local employees who understand the market, who understand the business, and provide that hard work for you each and every day.
When we hold ourselves to high standards, our customers also hold us to high standards. We establish good business relationships that turn into friendships. That's why it's so important to be here and be trusted by your customers. We want you to trust Matson like your friend, like your family.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
The summer of Jeep, Compass, Cherokee, Wrangler, Cars Plus, and Mighty. Your new adventure starts now. Buy the 2019 Motor Trend SUV of the year and get a new Jeep Wrangler Sport for $268 per paycheck. Or get a new Jeep Compass Sport, only $167 per paycheck. Let them hear you coming in the new 2019 Jeep Cherokee. Buy for $205 per paycheck. And get financing as low as 1.99% on all Jeep models. Come see why you'll be kicking it at Cars Plus in Mighty. Driven by you.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. In studio, Russ Maritita, one of the board members for the APL Women's Fast Pitch Softball League. 2 years now for the league, and last season it was 5 teams, and you guys have grown to 8 teams now.
That's correct. You know, we wanted to bring back the hype of fast pitch softball with the ladies. We have a lot of talent here on Guam, and so Coach Keith Hattick, myself, Mr. Glenn Nelson, and Benji Panglinen, we used to have a Guam national fast pitch team, and basically there was no leagues for these girls to make them showcase their talent. So Coach Keith had a great idea and said, "Hey, let's create a league. And let's make it fun, a great environment, and also for women and girls to join in, various ages. And here we are, 2nd year.
And hats off to APL Ambrose for believing in what you guys do there. And for the women players, it's something nice for them to come back to. I know some of the girls after high school take some time off from sports, had a family. Now they bring the kids to the games.
Absolutely. If you see the dugouts during the games, you actually see some kids in the dugouts. So shout out to our field crew. They make the environment safe, the dugout safe, redoing the fencing. And also thank you to the PD Mayor as well. I mean, we needed a field to showcase these ladies, and PD Mayor Jesse Alec was ready and willing to give us his field. So thank you.
Yeah, props to the field group, because the infield and outfield grass looks like Chinese grass.
Absolutely. Walter Hattick, Ed Mendiola, Greg Duenas, Glenn Nelson, and numerous others, Herbie Haddock. We just all got together and said, hey, we'll do this and you do that, and here we are. Wonderful tournament, wonderful league.
And the championship game is scheduled for tonight at 7 p.m. Talk about the championship match.
Well, the two top teams, based on the playoffs right now, is Team Juice. This is their first year in the league. And also the defending champs from 2018, the ladies from Southern. They'll be defending their championship tonight at 7.
At the PD Field.
At PD Field, yes, that's correct.
Being a coach and a board member for the league, and you know, how great is that to witness firsthand something that you guys thought about 2 years ago, really taking leaps and bounds for these players to, like you said, showcase their skills.
Absolutely, it's tremendous. I mean, if we had great games last night, turning double plays, I mean, making shoestring catches, hitting the ball so hard, and making the crowd do oohs and ahs. I mean, that's all you can ask for, you know. And I would also like to thank the announcers. I mean, we got June Maritita, Marissa Maritita, my daughter Megan, and we got Dee Haddock and Dan Haddock behind the concession stand, and Vanessa and Anne-Marie Flores, and they all just jump in, and it contributes to the whole success of the league, and it pours onto the field, because if the tournament and the league runs right, I mean, people want to play right. So these ladies are playing really, really good right now.
And it's also a confidence booster for some of these high school girls, because there's not many leagues that they can stay active during the summer and kind of sharpen up their skills on the diamond.
Absolutely. Since Little League died and just the national team happening, we've managed to resurrect this fast pitch community, and boy, everybody's coming out. We got former members, actually members Robert Steffi, Vicky Kanga coming out, Gus Cepeda, enjoying the fact that we're revitalizing the league, and we got even big guys like John Haddock Sr. Coming out and supporting the league, and our umpires too. We got J.R. Haddock as our chief umpire, Walter Haddock as our main field superintendent. So we got things rolling, and this is our second year, but boy, it's been very successful so far. Thanks to also APL Charlie Amosa and Bud Light, the chief Frank Shimazu, and also John Myers, for really taking their time and actually giving back to the community, and knowing that we're doing things right with integrity, and showcasing the girls is really what it's all about.
All right, well, thanks for coming on the show. Don't forget the championship game tonight, 7 p.m. at the PD Field. That's going to do it for sports. We're back right after this.
For a limited time, receive a free $500 Kmart gift certificate on selected new vehicles from Triple J Auto Group. Top of the class deals like the 2019 Mazda CX-3 for as low as $19,995, Ford F-150 starting at $229 per paycheck, or the 2019 Honda CR-V at only $205 per paycheck. Purchase your next vehicle online at triplejguam.com. Trade-ins welcome. Some conditions apply. Stop by today and with Triple J Auto Group, customers first.
Your exciting new TV experience is here. Smarter, faster, easier to use. With live TV, recordings, video on demand, and streaming apps, all in a single place. When you're looking for something new, recommendations are tailored to you. Voice-powered, personalized results to find what you want faster. And the unlimited potential of smart home. The new experience from TiVo is here.
What are you gonna do now? How are you gonna push? How are you gonna live? It all depends on you. You ain't got time to be complaining. You ain't got time to be angry. So if you feeling weak and you in that dark place, you better find the light within yourself, because when it's all said and done, we are all brothers and sisters in battle. I ask you to be strong. Whatever challenge you face, there is no obstacle greater than you. be productive, be powerful, and from the bottom of my heart, my name is Coach Payne, and I'm asking you to conduct your business. Go!
Before we close out the news, here's your latest round of birthday shout-outs.
It rained a little bit today, but that definitely does not take away any of the sunshine for today's Wednesday birthday babies, led off by Micah J. Diego. From the entire family, have a blessed happy birthday. We love you very much, Micah, they all say. Roy Ungakta has a birthday today, and happy birthday to our grandpa and dad from your loving family. And a happy birthday to Marietta Duenas, who celebrates a wonderful birthday today. And if you have a birthday today, hope you had a fantastic, sunshiny day.
You can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online at KUAM.com. And that's going to do it for us here on Primetime. Thanks for watching.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E. Explore your world.
Off the day, everybody, and welcome to the show. I have a concept right off the top of our broadcast that is going to make you smile. Reggae Explosion. Reggae is something that we all know here on Guam. We respect it, we love it, and that is the core concept right now. It is about love. So we have Mike Montgomery, the president of Storehouse International, way over there on the other side of the KUM couch. Half a day, Mike.
Hello.
Welcome to you. Our very good friend Brian McGill, the president and co-founder of Game Time.
How you doing, sir? Good to see you
as
again.
always. And we welcome to Guam Bishop Andrew Steele, the senior pastor of Ambassadors Christian Church. Bishop, a great honor to have you here.
Great to be here.
Okay, and you are from
Jamaica.
There you go. Well, Hafaday, it's very good to have you here.
Hafaday, yeah, man.
We share, thank you very much. We share the island pride, the island passion.
Absolutely.
And reggae music is something that we have great respect for, as I was saying.
Yes.
Obviously, it's in your DNA in your blood.
Yeah.
And there's an event coming up and everything. So
Yes,
reggae, please tell me all about that.
Well, the Jamaican Reggae Explosion is going to be exploding in Guam.
Very nice.
In the next couple of days from now. And one of the things that I found fascinating is that when I got over here first, I visited here 2016 the first time. And everywhere I turned, I was hearing reggae music, and I was like, man, you know, this is a reggae island.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so out of that, you know, I started talking to the president of National Enterprise Alamo Car Rentals and saying, listen, we got to bring the Jamaican artists here, you know, because I'm in connection with them. I know them, a lot of them personally and stuff like that. So we started working on that, and then out of that, I found these guys who had some interest in, so we just said, let's partner, let's make it happen, you know. So I just started calling up the guys back home and said, listen, I want you guys to come over here and to bless Guam and to really bring reggae from Bob Marley and the works. You know, so we're bringing a wide variety of Jamaican music to be rolling out here. And these guys, all the guys we're bringing are really top reggae singers in Jamaica. So it's going to be fascinating.
Yes, outstanding. Okay, so Brian, you're about as local as they come here on Guam. You've made this island your home, even though you're from the great state of Texas.
Yes, I am from the great country of Texas.
So yeah, exactly, its own country.
Its own country, yes.
So you know as well as we do as islanders and everything, the art form of reggae, it's about struggle, it's about persevering, but it's also about love at its core.
Absolutely. Yes, it is. I mean, and that's one of the things that brought us to this point. Say, you know what? Hey, let's do this Jamaican Reggae Explosion. One, because it's all about it encompasses all those three things, and because of the reason why we're doing the concert. It just fit perfectly, and I don't, you know, the name of the concert is Hope Slam. The name of the event is Hope Slam. It's a Jamaican Reggae Explosion. Now, hopefully, people have heard the commercials on 93.9 or seen them on TV. But this explosion is all about bringing that love, island hope, and understanding the struggle. And the struggle is real, but it's overcomable. So that's why we're doing. You know, that's the main reason why we have these guys coming out, because we're attacking a subject on Guam that is just become an epidemic here, and that's suicide.
So. Okay, so Mike, and like, you know, Brian was just saying, it's reggae music. There's always a point to it. I mean, it's amazing music. There's always a really, really deep story, but it's also about getting a message across and making you think. And right now, we want to combat suicide.
When we were thinking about the name of it, I was thinking there's no greater name than hope. Even in the CIS training on Guam,
HOPE stands for Hold On, Pain Ends. And a lot of times, people here on the island, they're suffering from severe heart issues, pain, and they don't know how to express it. I mean, like a month ago, I'm out buying ice cream for my wife. And I'm talking to the lady, just compliment her, and she ends up telling me that she had been having suicidal thoughts out of the blue. And I'm like, this is a real issue that we have to deal with, because we are living here on this great island of Guam, and we want to give back to the island and give back to the people and say, you know what, let's do a family event to promote awareness for suicide awareness and really bring hope back to our island.
That's right.
And the music is going to uplift you. It's going to inspire you.
Yes,
but Bishop, there's also a message that goes along with it. And again, you know, HOPE being the acronym. There's strength in all of us, and there's a sense of community and a sense of family, because, you know, our island, like your island and everything, we don't leave our neighbors behind.
Absolutely. And, you know, music is said to be one of the only things that enters into you without getting permission. You know,
I've never heard that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, and all of us were affected positively or negatively by music. So obviously, there are all different strains of reggae music around, but we're bringing the strain that is going to let you feel love, that is going to let you feel excitement, that's going to let you feel hope, and to bring that message of positivity that would help people to change mentally, spiritually, because reggae music was born foundationally out of a spiritual concepts and beliefs. You know, Bob Marley was a very spiritual person. We grew up in that environment. You know, as a boy growing up, I grew up watching guys like Beres Hammond and my brother, you know, growing up in the same community, cooking around the back of the house. You know, I was a boy watching them because they were bigger guys for me. You know, but then, you know, you grow up and you watch younger guys in the music, and you get involved with them. I've done several things with many of the guys that are coming, and they are really powerful guys who carry a message, and they're passionate about their
So many people believe that Bob wasn't just performing, he was preaching.
Absolutely.
The stage was his pulpit.
Absolutely. Bob was even...
And his music was universal. His message
Bob was even a threat in many ways, politically speaking.
He was a shaman.
You know, and he carries a crowd wherever he goes, you know, and listen, you're going to hear quite a bit of Bob Marley's music on that night. And the guys who are singing, one of them in particular, people see him as being a replica of Bob Marley in many regards, because he has that thing. And you might be able to, maybe you're hearing some of his music going on, like It's a Beautiful Day, that is played all over the world, and so forth. And they've been traveling all over the world, you know, bringing their message of powerful reggae music. So we want Guam to get excited about bringing the real Jamaicans here. This is not the fake ones from New Zealand or from wherever. These are the real guys. It's in our blood.
From Kingston Town.
And
all over.
All over Jamaica, you know. So yeah, because Bob Marley wasn't born in Kingston, you know, but he grew up in Kingston, you know, but he was born in St. Anne, you know, which is not a parish, you know, out
Okay, well, Brian, we'll wrap up with you because we got to go. But people are saying on the other side of the camera, please take my money at this point. I want to go there. When can they buy tickets?
They can buy tickets right now. There's several ticket outlets. Circle K76 has several locations. Eventbrite.com. Both Camachili stores are ticket hubs. And I'm trying to remember all the other ones. But Infusion and all the Infusion stores. So get your tickets. Go fast. Go get them now, because the prices are right. $15 for adults, $5 for kids.
Wow.
You can't miss out. All right. And there's gonna be food. So who doesn't like food and fun for a nice price?
Whole family.
And bring the whole family out. From the babies all the way to the grown adults. Hope Slam 2019 is gonna be a Jamaican reggae explosion.
Outstanding.
Yeah. And it costs more at the gate too, so you want to get it now.
Okay, well, gentlemen, thank you very much, and we'll see you there. We can't wait to see it.
Thank you.
And listen to it. And feel it.
And feel it.
Which is the point.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you after this.
Smiling is a natural response to joy, happiness,